of my makeup declutters, the full-size palettes. My goal, get them to all fit in this one plastic drawer. Currently, they do not. So let's start at the top here. The first one I have is the Morphe by Pony. This is the Constellation Sky palette. I picked this up in TJ Maxx. I love this palette. It's got all kinds of beautiful, both cool and warm tones in it. I will use just about every color on here, maybe minus this deep blue down here, and even that I would probably use as like a liner. But it is stunning. I love all the shimmers in it. This ruby is gorge. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Beautiful topper shade. So this is going nowhere except back in the drawer. My other large Morphe one is the Disney, the Mickey and Friends one. And this one is not going anywhere either. I love this palette. I didn't think I would love this palette, but I do. So I was like super intimidated by this one for the longest time. I got this from Sherry and Erica from Wicked Awesome Lifestyles. Look at this stunning palette. I mean, just absolutely gorgeous. Yes, there are shades on here that intimidate the heck out of me. And some I probably would never use. I am definitely intimidated by Max Power, this neon green, and this fearless orange. I mean, those are just not my colors at all, especially that neon orange, but I will definitely use a lot of these. This Daisy All Goody is beautiful out loud. I mean, you can make a stunning purple eye look with this one, and stunning kind of pinky rosy one. This one is not going anywhere. Plus this, the fact that they work so well, and my love of Disney, this one is going nowhere except right back in the bin. I might get rid of the packaging though on that one, and maybe help me keep more of them in the bin. The Glam Light Street Taco. That one's right here. I got this from, I think, Kiki from Kiki's Cracker Jack box. Again, this one intimidates me a lot. I do, though, love this red onion shade. What I might do is, and the carne asada I liked. The pollo is also pretty good. But overall, these are not colors that I normally gravitate towards. Pico de Gallo, again, stunning. Look at those. But I don't usually gravitate towards, especially these two, or their kind of matte counterparts here. They're a little too bright for me. What I might do is depot this red onions one into another, into a Z palette. The pollo and the carne asada, I have those in other, various palettes. The gold is gorgeous too. Look at that. But again, I have golds, but Carnitas is really pretty. So what I might do is just depot red onions into a Z palette. So I'm going to declutter this overall. I mean, Glam Light does such a great job. I'm not a collector of I'm a collector of Disney, mainly makeup. If I was a collector of all of them, this would definitely stay. Anything that had gorgeous packaging, but I'm just going to depot that red onion one, I think. Okay. This is the Disney, this is a collab with Ulta Beauty. This is the Epcot one. They had one for each of the parks in Walt Disney World. I only picked up the Epcot one, and the Animal Kingdom one probably had the shades that I loved the best. I don't know why I picked this. Well, I know I picked this one because it had different shades. I have never actually used this. I have swatched it in the past. It is not the best formula at all, but it is stunning. It is Epcot. I love it. The only way you know, oh, and I love the way they did the names of the shadows. They are all different names of rides and attractions there. So you have Living with the Land, World Celebration, and Club Cool, World Showcase. So I think this is one where I will hang on as kind of a collector's item. The gloss, though, I might take the gloss out because the gloss, as I will probably use. Isn't that pretty? The gloss I will actually probably use. I probably won't ever use the eyeshadow. Oh, and I'm debating if I should keep the whole display case or just the palette, but for now it's staying, but it's probably going to be a collector item only. Like I said, Disney makeup is kind of collector item for me. I have all the makeups. That's like the one collector thing is Disney makeup. Okay, let's see. This is Nakeds. This is a dupe for the Urban Decay and Naked palette. This I got from Temu. It actually isn't terrible. I did a really nice look with this. The formula is pretty good. I just don't see myself, it's almost all shimmers. I don't see myself reaching for this one. And so I am going to go ahead and declutter this one. And it is my colors. I love the shades. It's just all shimmers, and I don't usually do an all shimmer look. I will usually do mostly mattes and then like one shimmer or maybe a second one on the inner corner. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter this one. I probably won't even depot anything on that one. The Wondrous Escape from Wander Beauty. I really like this palette. The Sea Glass shade is kind of the exception. It is beautiful shade. It just doesn't seem to go with this palette at all. And it's not a shade I would normally wear. But all of these other ones, Santorini, Overnight I used a lot. You can tell I loved Flourish as an Enchanted. And those two together are stunning. Yeah, I've used a lot of these. And a lot of people kind of rag on this palette. I love this palette. This one's not going anywhere for me. Hey, it's staying. And I love this one. Okay. This is another Morphe one. Again, people rag on Morphe. They've gone through a lot this year. I really like this palette. This is another one. I love this palette. I originally thought it was kind of more of a face palette, and I've used it as a face palette. I did lose one. It fell out. Kind of one that was more like a highlighter shade. I still love this, though. These make an incredible look. This is great for me for travel. Yeah, this one's not going anywhere. I reach for this one a lot. So that one's staying around. I can probably get rid of the packaging on these, though. Let's see. Pull it from over here. Ace Beauté. This is the Floral Vintage palette. I got this from Cat Opens Up right before she left YouTube. It is a pretty palette. It is just, and I was so excited when I won this from her. So excited. And I do love this color Cosmos here. You'll see when I like, oh, I love this one. Yeah, it's all the same colors. Cherry Blossom is really pretty too. Oh, as is Musk Rose. But like Begonia, Orange Pansy, I'm never going to use them. Dandelion, Buttercup, Daffodil, Marigold. These, all of the oranges, I am not into. Oh, and these other ones down here are kind of starting to get too dark. The Icona is really pretty, but again, it's super dark. So this is another one where I might depot like one or two, but otherwise I think I'm going to get rid of it. I hate to do that because it is a beautiful palette. It's just not my colors. I just don't like the color story for this one. And The Queen by Eloise is this was probably one of my very first palettes, larger palettes. I loved this. It's just not my colors anymore. Like, I never really used any of these bright shades. I kind of stuck to like these bottom three and these top three. But it's getting older. This powerful one is really pretty. It's really, really pretty. I just don't reach for it anymore. I've had it for a couple of years now, and I find myself reaching for a lot of other ones. This one, Your Highness, is stunning. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter this one. It kind of breaks my heart to declutter it, but a couple from ABH. This is the new one, the Fall Romance. I like it. I don't think I love it. I'm probably not going to get rid of it yet. Since I've only had it for like a couple of months. I got this in a Trend Mood box. Very, very pretty. My biggest complaint with this palette is that there's not a light enough one. Leather is the lightest shade, and it's just not light enough. So I can't do a complete look with this palette. But these shimmers, Smoke, Moonlight. Moonlight is stunning, as is Fireside and Smoke. The only other, my other complaint is Midnight here. Midnight is a gorgeous, gorgeous shade. It is super dark though, and it is kind of powdery. Like, it's kind of cakey powdery. Like, it doesn't and go on as nice as the other shades in here. But I love the majority of this palette. Like I said, it's fairly new in my collection. So, I mean, it's fairly new overall. It just launched this past fall. So, I am going to hang on to this one for now. Another ABH one, the Modern Renaissance. And this one is much more my color story, with the kind of burgundies and the browns. Very neutral palette, but I kind of love a neutral, so I am definitely holding on to this one. There's a couple shades in here I probably would not go for, or one including in this one down here, this kind of burnt sienna, but I love like these middle shades here, or these browns and the roses. So this one is staying too. Let's see. Let's do my hudas because they're not going anywhere. This is the Mercury Retrograde by Huda Beauty. The gorgeous, absolutely stunning. This is another one where one of my complaints is it's not, I can't do a full look. I need a slightly deeper shade. Like the one down here, Vortex, is as deep as they go. It's kind of a purpley one, but I would like another one, you know, a couple more deeper shades. Like, wish there was a brown that was deeper, maybe a burgundy that was deeper here. In fact, the browns, it could use a couple of deeper shades. It has that one and Crash that is, I mean, it's like a transition shade or a setting shade for me. But this ultraviolet is so gorgeous. This Nebula is more of a powdery glitter, but Cosmic and Galaxy are stunning. So overall, this palette is going to stay. It's just not one I can use on its own, which I wish it was. I always wish that these larger palettes could give you a complete look, and some of them just can't. Here's my other Huda one. This is the Rose Gold Remastered. Look how stunning. This one, and I can do a full look with. I have some deeper browns. I have the shimmers. I have even kind of a rose, so I can do a couple of different looks here. It does have a black that'll come into play later in a couple of these that were, I was only keeping them because they had like a black shade. But again, look at this shimmer. I mean, they're like velvet to touch. And they're just, I mean, they're absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, she's staying too. Oh, and I am going to keep the Flavor Saver on that one. Let's go with ColourPop. This is the Harry Potter collab with ColourPop. This is the main palette. I stinking love this palette. This is quite possibly my favorite palette that I own. The only shade I really, really dislike in here is this Forbidden Forest because it is chunky glitter. I mean, there's like, I don't know how well you can see. There's like slivers of glitter in here. I'm like, yeah, I'm not putting that on my eye and risking it getting in my eye. Invisibility Cloak is probably one of my favorite shades in here. Patronus is also gorgeous. Absolutely. I mean, it's just a great palette. I use those Luminous a lot on the inner corner, or a Floating Candle is just gorgeous as a topper, or like I'll pull it across everything. I love this palette. It is absolutely not going anywhere, except right back in the box. And this one is keeping its sleeve because yeah, it's stunning. And even if I didn't love Harry Potter, I think I would love that palette. More from ColourPop. This is the Hocus Pocus 2. This is not their second palette. This is the Hocus Pocus 2 movie. They've actually done 3 Hocus Pocus palettes. I have 2 of the 3. I don't have the very first one. This is the third one that came out. But it is beautiful. Again, I can do a full look here. It also has a black in it, but I love the shimmers. I do wish it had maybe like one and shade deeper in the browns. This one is pretty dark. Eric Spellbook is gorgeous. I've used Havoc a lot, and I use that a lot with Witch Hunters. But the shimmers again are gorgeous. I love this palette, and it's laid out so well. Again, just a great palette from ColourPop. Great palette from ColourPop. The other Hocus Pocus one, this is actually the second one that they put out. Like I said, they had 3 Hocus Pocus palettes. This was the second one. Again, I love this one. And super, super pretty. This 300 Years is spectacular as an inner corner. I think, like, again, I love the shimmers. It's got the deeper shades that I like too. In there. So yeah, that one's not going anywhere. The one thing I am wondering about, and I haven't gotten rid of them, is I'm wondering about like this orange. Like, do I have this in here? Because if they're close enough, then I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the Super Shock. And that's what that one looks like. They're not very close, are they? So I might have to keep it. What about this other one? It also has an orange because, you know, why wouldn't they? No, they're all 3 different. Of course they are. Because why would ColourPop do them the same? Oh, yeah, they're all staying. More ColourPop. More Halloween ColourPop. This is also Disney. This is a Welcome Foolish Mortals, the Haunted Mansion. And again, gorgeous. This one is staying mainly because I have not even had a chance to play in this one much. I think I've used it like once or twice, but I didn't get it until like midway through. Oh, again, this shimmer's gorgeous. It has like all the browns that I would want. Has a shimmery black to it. Look at that. So yeah, this one's staying. Also because I just want to try it out. But it would be staying no matter what, because this would be a collector's one for me with the Disney. Speaking of collector's ones for Disney, I have the ColourPop Winnie the Pooh, Sweet as Can Be. This one is staying only as a collector's piece, I think. I might even get rid of it. I do have the Winnie the Pooh lip care one. I've seen other people like talk about how much they love this palette. I don't think there's like any color payoff. Rumbly and My Tumbly is okay. And Best Friends is pretty good, but all of them I find very dry. They're not nice and creamy like most of the ColourPop ones. I don't love the color story here. It leans very orange over on this side. This I don't feel is like there's not a lot here. These 3 maybe could make something, but some of them I don't understand why they're in here. So this is going to stay, but like display only. Let's see. Do I have any more ColourPop? Am I done with my ColourPops? No, Limoncello is ColourPop, I believe. Yes, otherwise I'm done with my ColourPops. How about that? Limoncello, though, is ColourPop. This one I think is going to go. Oh, it kind of looks like the Winnie the Pooh one. Again, not my color story. I do like the Semi-Fredo and the Vapor. Vespa. Easy Peasy is good. Like those three I could do a nice look with, but the other ones like what's this? Amalfi, the Amalfi, Serenade, and Capri I won't use. Fly Girl I probably won't use. Touring is okay, but in this La Festa I don't really use. These two come off very orangey. I just don't reach for it. I don't love it. It's not my color story, so I'm going to declutter this one. I know this is like, people love this one, but I don't. I don't. Okay. Let's see. Let's do the balm palettes, the What's the Tea. I have the What's the Hot Tea and What's the Iced Tea. I actually love both of these. This is the What's the Tea, the hot tea version. I actually love this. Beautiful shades here. I can create a pretty comprehensive look with this one. Get that color. Alright, so this is not going anywhere. This one is staying with me. And then the What's the Tea? The Iced Tea palette is also going to stay with me. It's a little bit different, but not a ton different on this one. You've got more of the burgundies in here. This Kiss and Tell is really pretty. As is Oh Snap. So this one is staying too, the 411. He said, she said. This one is staying with me also. Okay, let's see. Nomad. Several Nomad palettes here. Okay, the Venice Simplin Express. This was one that it was Nomad and IPSY, maybe, or Nomad and Boxy Charm did. I like this. I don't love this. I like some of the shades. I like the ones across the top here. I even like this one, although it's a little orangey for me. And that one is so buttery creamy. Bar, you can't even see the picture on it anymore. I used it so much. And this one in the middle. Well, Venice, again, gorgeous. Nightcap, gorgeous. Grand Suite, look at that green, stunning. What I don't reach for though is, you can tell I've never used, I don't think, Roaring 20s, maybe once in Bon Voyage. This gold one down here I don't really use. It's a little too yellowy. I'm having a hard time with this one, and I kind of want to keep it. I kind of don't. What I might do is just depot a couple of these that I really love and get rid of the rest. So yeah, I mean, it's one, like, I don't think I would reach for this as a full palette. Now the Nomad, the Toscana, this palette I love. This one I wanted forever. I'm so glad I got. It is mainly mattes. There's not too many shimmers here. There's kind of this one, which is Apertiva, and then the center one, and so pretty. Again, leans a little yellow, especially on this side, a little bit orange, but these colors I absolutely love. And this one is light enough that I can use it kind of as a setting shade. But I think I've used probably everything but this one. This one is just a little yellow for me. But otherwise, I love this palette. I'm so glad I got it. So this is not going anywhere. Another one not going anywhere from Nomad is the Hudson Valley. This is one I would probably keep no matter what. I know I've said it probably a million times. My grandmother, or my mom grew up in the Hudson Valley, so this one has like an emotional attachment also for me. But I also just think it's a gorgeous, gorgeous palette. The shimmers are stunning. They're really, really bright though. I love these 6 pans over here and these 2 down here. As usual, I don't gravitate to the oranges, although I have done the Great Pumpkin because it's got a little bit more brown in it. But Fall Festival and Cider House, I pretty much don't use. And I will say I don't gravitate, even though they're stunning, they are super bright shimmers. So I don't really gravitate towards the shimmers, but there's enough shades in here that I absolutely love that this is not going anywhere. I love Nomad. I love the formula, but sometimes it's a little too pigmented for me, or the colors are a little outside of my comfort zone. I would love to try more from them, but yeah, sometimes they just don't. The color stories, I know I just won't use as everything in there, so I try to really stick to the palettes that I know I'm gonna love. Like this one, I knew without even trying it. Their formula is amazing, always is, but this one had so much meaning to me. It's never going anywhere. Or the Berlin Underground. This was my first Nomad palette. I got this from Gloria P. And this is how I kind of fell in love with the formulas. But this one is a little too grungy for me. I was keeping it for a long time. Like I said, the black would come back and play here. I kept this one for a long time because it was the black. And it was kind of like the grungy grays and greens, but I just don't gravitate to those anymore. This color, or Tatchless, I probably saying it terrible, and this one, Hansa, are stunning. I might depot them, but otherwise I'm going to declutter this one. And it's sad because it was my first Nomad head, but I just don't reach for it. It sat there all year when I did my all year long when I did my Shop My Stash. This one just kept sitting there and I didn't reach for it all year, which really tells me something. And that's that it probably needs to go, but I might depot a couple of things from it first. There's even the palettes that I love, or the ones I'm getting rid of, there are still colors in them that I'm like, oh, I want that still. Oh, we do have one other Morphe one, another Disney one. This one I think I'm going to declutter though. I got this one at Marshall's. Or somebody got it for me at Marshall's. I don't know. I don't. This would be a collector's one. And because I have the big one, I don't need this one. I'm not even sure I've ever used this. Like, I don't even see it swatched. This might go in a giveaway, folks, because I don't even think I've swatched this one. This is just not my color story at all. The reds, the yellows, you know, these are the outside ones. I might use a few, but not really. So this I'm going to put it in a giveaway because that looks like it's brand new. Okay, we're getting down there. Juvia's. I love Juvia's. Juvia's is like Nomad, where like the colors kind of scare me. This is, which palette is this? This is the Magic Mini by Juvia. There's not a, I love this one. There's not a cohesive look for me here though. This Osun, stunning. Look at that. The Borun, gorgeous. Nana is a little orangey for me. so I don't reach for it. Faso, stunning. Look at that. Zuba, stunning. And Kesso I would reach for. But the rest of them I really don't reach for. I think this is going to be another Depot. These two down here, Yara and Buza, are gorgeous. But I just, oh God, that one is stunning. That's the Buzo. I might depot that one. We'll see. I can't imagine me using it though. That's the problem. But I might depot some from here. But overall, I think I'm going to get rid of this as a whole. I'm going to have to take a count and see. But I think I might just depot from there. I think the same thing with the Nubian too. Oh, by Juvia's. This is one I'm probably more likely to keep. I need a lighter shade. I need like one lighter shade in here, and I would totally keep that. Like if I had a lighter brown other than this Madagascar, I probably would keep it. I just don't have a light shade that I would want, but the shimmers are absolutely gorgeous. Look at those. Oh, this Egypt down here. Look at that. Stunning. Absolutely stunning thing. Again, I might depot it. I don't know. I kind of hate to depot things because then I lose like the gorgeous packaging, but it's also all taking up space that I don't have. Okay, couple more here. This is one I just got from Vampire Cosmetics. Bizarre is Beautiful. This is the Winchester Mystery House palette. This one, I haven't had a chance to try it, but it would be staying no matter what. Again, it's kind of a collector one for me. My parents used to live in San Jose, which is where this is, but this is a gorgeous palette no matter what. So this one is going to stay for now. Oh, until I get a chance to really use it more. It's all shimmers, but they are spectacular shimmers. So this one is definitely staying and being used. Unlike some of the, like the Winnie the Pooh one that's staying, but it's staying only for the sake of nostalgia. This one will actually stay and get used. The Viseart, this is all mattes. This will, yeah, it still smells okay. This will still stay. Starting to get a little dried out. I don't know. Maybe it won't. Maybe this is another one I depot. Because some of them I love. This combined with the Huda Gemstone is stunning. Like those are probably the only two palettes you ever need. But I don't reach for this one much anymore. Because again, I can't do a full look. I might do depot this with some of those Juvias that match these, but like this doesn't have any of the gorgeous artwork or anything on it. So yeah, I'm going to depot what I want from here and get rid of the rest. Okay, last three palettes. The Athena. This is by Larizzi. I love this palette. It is so pretty. It needs one shade. It needs one deeper shade. Like that's the deepest they have. It needs a deeper brown. But otherwise, I really, really like this palette. And I'm going to hold on to this one. The Florasis. I got this in a Busy Beauty. I know the Florasis is stunning. I mean, look at that. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is one, though, where, like, I tried it. I could not make this work for me. The pigmentation is so light. Like, that's, like, one of the deeper shades. And it takes, like, you really have to go in there and build it up. Like, that's pretty good there. But I don't, that would be like maybe an everyday shade, but I really have to go in there and I would ruin it going in there. And I just don't love the formula that much. That's the shimmer, which I like, but I don't love it any more than I love any other shimmer that I have in my collection. You really have to go in there to get pigment. And I wore it one time. I tried to make a look out of it. I made a look. It didn't last the whole day, even with primer, and it was so hard to actually get anything to show on my eyes. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. I know I'm not going to reach for it again. It has no sentimental value to me. It's not Disney. It's not like the Winchester Mystery House or anything like that. This has no, or the Hudson Valley. This has no sentimental value to me. So I'm going to get rid of this one. And the last one is Nabla. I got this in a Trend Mood. That is what that one looks like. This is a stunning palette. I love this. I love how they laid this out. This is such great attention and to detail. Well, they have this laid out so that you can either go straight across, straight down, or you can see the squares here that you could use the quads to make a look. Like, this is like a makeup 101 for idiots, which is probably me. I love how this is laid out. I absolutely love the color story in here. You have deep browns, even the green I love. The shimmers are beautiful. They come off really well. That shimmer is light. Let me do that one again so you can see that one better. All right, but gorgeous topper. You can see this one much better. There we go on a shimmer. I love it. The only one I don't love in here is this one on Rose number 5, and that's because it is more of a pure glitter, like a chunky glitter, although it swatches better than that. So, I am definitely keeping this one and using this one again. And there's another shimmer shade. It's just beautiful. Like, this is my color story too. Like, everything in here pretty much is one I would reach for. Maybe not 15. But every other color in here I would go for. Like, this is a great palette for me as far as what I love to put on. And is it the most adventurous one? No. But this is what I like. So this is staying. So let me see how I did. Can I fit everything in my one area? Okay, so I was actually able to get everything back in but the Epcot one, but this one is probably going to be used for display purposes only. If I did take it out of here, it could absolutely fit in. I think I created a lot of room by taking a lot of things out of their packaging thing. The other one that's going to stay for display is the ColourPop Winnie the Pooh one. So, and then I have a few here that I'm going to get rid of. I just want to look at the colors in them and decot some. I might keep one of the Juvias but definitely going to depot some from here. Definitely one in here that I want to look at, and in the Glam Light and the Ace Beauté. So I ended up getting rid of how many? Oh, it looks like I only got rid of like 5 altogether, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more that I'm going to look at and probably depot. So there'll be at least 10 that go. It's not like I have a ton of palettes though. So getting rid of 10 is good for me. The fact that I only have this drawer left I feel good about. Now I need to go through though and decide what are my palettes that I want to use for this year, like my palette of the month. So I will be back with that in another video. All right, until then, and that is all that I have for you today. Until I see you next time, have a great day. Bye.